Hello, everybody. At this time, we are talking about management by objectives or MBO. Management by objectives is a strategic management approach in which the performance goals of an organization are aligned with the objectives of its employees and management. The goal is to improve the organization's performance by clearly defining objectives. According to the theory, having a say in goal setting and action plans encourages participation and commitment among employees and aligns objectives across the organization. And then steps in management by objectives process. The first step, define organization's goal. Setting objectives is not only critical to the success of any company, but it also serves a variety of purposes. It needs to include several different types of managers in setting goals. The objectives set by the supervisors are professional, based on an interpretation and evaluation of what the company can and should achieve within a specified time. Second step, define employee objectives. Once the employees are briefed about the general objectives, plan, and the strategies to follow, the managers can start working with their subordinates on establishing their personal objectives. This will be a one-on-one discussion where the subordinates will let the managers know about their targets and which goals they can accomplish within a specific time and with what resources. They can then share some tentative thoughts about which goals the organizations or department can find feasible. Third, continuous monitoring performance and progress through the management by objectives approach is necessary for increasing the effectiveness of managers. It is equally essential for monitoring the performance and progress of each employee in the organization. And fourth, performance evaluation. Within the MBO framework, the performance review is achieved by the participation of the managers concerned. And then, fifth, providing feedback. In the management by objectives approach, the most essential step is the continuous feedback on the results and objectives, as it enables the employees to track and make corrections to their action. The ongoing feedback is complemented by frequent formal evaluation meetings in which superiors and subordinates may discuss progress towards objectives, leading to more feedback. And then six, performance appraisal. Performance reviews, a routine review of the success of employees within MBO organizations. And then features of management by objectives or MBO. The first feature, goal-oriented. MBO is goal-oriented rather than work-oriented, as it focuses on what must be accomplished rather than on how it is to be accomplished. Second, continuous process. MBO is a continuous process of goal setting, periodic appraisals, and modification of goals and performance. Third, participation of all. It involves the participation of subordinate managers in the goal setting process. It requires all key personnel to contribute the maximum to achieve the overall objectives. And then fourth, serve as a criterion to evaluate the complete performance of the organization. Corporate, functional, and personal goals under management by objectives serve as a criterion. Managers will be able to assess the efficiency of subordinates through the comparison of goals and actual results, and in some ways, the top level can assess the efficiency of other managers too. And then fifth, dynamic. MBO is a dynamic system which integrates companies' need to achieve the objective. And six, managerial philosophy. Management by objectives is managerial philosophy and not just a simple technique or method, because a philosophy directs and influences every element of management, whereas a technique is only useful in certain areas. MBO is an approach involving different techniques to more finance management. And then advantages of MBO. Supporters of the MBO approach believe that using this form of management within a larger system creates a simpler management structure. Other advantages include the first, increased team productivity. When team members have personal objectives, they have more clarity about why their work matters. As a result, their motivation and productivity increases. Second, personalized team members' objectives. Because the MBO system personalizes team member objectives and makes it a priority for team members to reach their highest potential, everyone in the company understands how their work makes an impact. Third, improve team communication. The MBO model can improve team communication and create a more open work environment because team members understand the objectives of the company and know that their personal goals align with those objectives. And then challenges of MBO. The first, time-consuming process. Setting specific objectives for each employee and conducting regular reviews can be resource-intensive. Second, risk of oversimplification. Focusing solely on specific objectives may overlook broader strategic elements and reduce adaptability. Third, potential for misalignment. If initial objectives are poorly defined, it can result in confusion and misaligned efforts across departments. And fourth, rigid implementation. Strict adherence to initial objectives may inhibit creativity and flexibility in an ever-changing business environment. And then, how should the objectives for MBO be formulated? We have already addressed this to ensure that they work out and can be implemented by all employees on their own initiative. You should always focus on choosing the smart way while setting objectives. Smart means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Only with goals formulated in this way can you reliably measure success or failure. That is important because MBO is also about bonuses, salary, and promotions increases. I think it is enough. Thanks for watching.